very sticky.
Is it like glue?
You could probably use it as glue. It's glucose. It's just sugar. No, because it's lab based. If you want to eat it, you can go buy it at the supermarket. Okay, go wash your hands. It's super sticky. It's not a nice feeling to have. Like, I don't want it on my tables. Okay. All right. So, Science Academy kids, like I said, physics people, I know you guys aren't working on this yet, but you will be once I organize myself a bit better. One of the things you guys see a lot in assessments in general for NCA is the words describe, explain, discuss, and analyze. You'll see it not only on the internal assessments, you'll also see it on your externals. It's a very commonly used terminology. Let me just show you what I mean by that. So, if we open up the microbes assessment and we go to the, nope, not that one. Classwork, microbes, nope, not that one, this one. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me show you what I mean as one example, and they basically all say the same thing. So do you see here how on this assessment criteria it says demonstrate understanding of the relationship between microorganisms and their environment. So this was using the word demonstrate instead of just describe. I think the marking schedule might use describe. Let me just see. Oh no, it still says the word demonstrate. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Demonstrate, describe, those are kind of the two in that case, and we can change that. So, where do I edit? Where is my edit? There's my edit. All right, so thinking about the words describe and demonstrate. 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 How do I spell demonstrate? I did spell it right. I'm just being dumb. Okay. Okay. Ooh, now you can't see it anymore. That's annoying. All right, fine, whatever. I'll just keep going. Okay, so those are different words. Just demonstrate, explain, and analyze. You see that on this one. Let's look at a level 2 standard so you guys can see what I mean comparison-wise, that this is a common terminology. So this is the level 2 chemistry standard that our graphene people are doing. And again, slight change of the words, but same ideas. This one says demonstrate understanding. This one says demonstrate in-depth understanding. And this one says comprehensive. So we need to know what these words mean. Okay? So if you think of the words describe or demonstrate, and this is an achieve requirement, what do you think we are trying to get? What do we think we're looking for? Or do you want me to start at the top and go down? Is it easier to go bottom and then go to the top, or start at the top grade and go down? Which way? Top or bottom? Well, I'm asking you guys. Top to bottom? All right. So if we use the word comprehensive and we use the word like analyze, I hate how I can't see it anymore. Let me just open it up. If we use the word analyze or discuss, what does that look like to you guys? Or what do you think that looks like? We stumped. What about the word explain? What do you think the difference is between describe and explain? Explain has a little bit more depth to it. Yeah, what do you think explain might look like? Oh yeah, thinking. It's hard. It's hard to think about that. What's up help? Okay. When I, as a teacher, think about the words describe versus explain, an answer that is explaining instead of describing uses linking words like because. So you are actually trying to unpack the reason. A description is just telling me something. An explain is giving me more like a method to how. I like to think about explain how as being explain, because then you're thinking about the sequence of events. All right? What do you guys think is the difference between explain versus discuss, or in-depth versus comprehensive, or explain versus analyze? What's the difference between those two words? It's hard, eh? How do you think I feel when I'm marking your work? Do you want the answer? All right. The difference for me between explain and comprehensive is, are you thinking bigger picture? So if you are thinking about the word explain and you're thinking about a merit level student, I'm able to see that you guys can give me an explanation to why something's happening. So an achieve student just gives me the information. The merit student unpacks it and gives me reasons why. They might say because and therefore and that sort of stuff. A merit level student is thinking very sequentially, like this, then this, then this, and this, and they're thinking very linear. An excellence level student is thinking more abstractly and thinking about the bigger picture and being mindful of all the interconnectedness. So instead of just thinking about it like a flow chart as step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, the excellence level student is thinking more like a mind map. Does that make sense? Let me show you guys solo taxonomy, because this is a good way to kind of visualize what we're talking about when we're thinking about complexity of things. And that's basically what we have based what our NCA marking on. So when it comes to the NCA marking, the extended abstract in solo taxonomy is the excellence level material. The merit is the relationship. The achieved is the multi-structural. And then not achieved is this guy over here. Maybe sometimes achieved, it depends on the question. So for the unistructural and the multi-structural, you are basically stating facts, but there's no organization to it. There's no thought process to it. It's just fact, 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 fact. If you want to get up to a merit, you see how you're now starting to link these facts together. So then you're starting to like do things like compare and contrast, that sort of stuff. An excellence level student is able to do what the merit student has done, but can now put it towards another example. The extended abstract, the bigger picture thinking. All right? So with those definitions, I want you to think about those student exemplars. We have 15 minutes, so there's still time for you guys to do that. And then on Monday, Tuesday, I'll give you guys the answers to which one is which. That way you guys have the weekend to think about it. So now that we know what these words mean, I want you guys to read and mark the assessments. Now, I've given you guys the marking schedules for all of them. They are listed under not the unpacking, but actually the assessment itself. So if you go to the assessment itself, I have put the marking criteria for microbes. I've done the same for the graphene, and I've done the same for the human impact. Some of this is going to be quite vague because it doesn't have a set list. This one does have it as the pathogen projection, but you can still you can basically remove the word pathogen and go like fungus and soil and environment. So it's the same idea, just different context. What you're trying to do though is describe the life process, describe the abiotic or biotic factor that affects the life process, include observational data. So that's the achieved. The merit then is starting to explain it. The excellence is then doing that thorough evaluation. So I put the assessment document, and I've also put the marking criteria. So now you guys, when you unpack it, if you want, you can keep working with the ranking, or you can go onto this document here where you're actually trying to decide, is that an achieved merit or excellence answer? Okay? And I should have made this smaller because you probably don't need that much space. All right? Now, I've made a copy for each student to work in, but if you want, you're welcome to work in groups. Just share it with the other people in your group so you can all type in the same document, which is a nice way to kind of do that collaborative work. Okay? So now that we know these two things, I want you to go through and I want you to mark these pieces of examples. All right? On Tuesday, I will actually give you the marks and I will talk about what is the difference between the achieved, merit, and excellence one. And then basically on I see you guys Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday, you'll be able to start our internals. Okay? Cool. Hop to it.